Hi there. Thanks for joining me today. It's Anita Kaiser from Anita Kaiser Wellness. And I'm just going to wait a moment and see if anybody else wants to join us. If you're here on the webinar, or not the webinar, on this Facebook Live joining me today, just give me a quick hello. Let me know how you're doing today, or just say hi, whatever feels right for you. All right. We're going to get started in a moment. We're just going to have a quick conversation about oversharing. And so I'm going to start by telling you about a situation that I was in last year while we were traveling. And it's actually not a situation that I personally was in, but that my 11-year-old daughter was in. So we traveled in an RV last year, and of course, we were chasing sunshine the whole time. So at one point, we were in Florida, in Pensacola, and my daughter was on the beach. My daughter was 11 at the time, and a woman started talking to her. And this woman was clearly going through a really rough patch in her life, and she really needed a friend. But unfortunately, she chose my 11-year-old daughter, who was not the appropriate person. And she had a lot of pain going on inside, which she chose to share. So she was telling my 11-year-old about the trauma that had occurred in her life, that she had just moved and that her husband was into drugs and her brother-in-law had just gotten out of jail, and all kinds of things that aren't really appropriate to share with strangers to begin with, and definitely weren't appropriate to share with my 11-year-old daughter. So I tell you this, I wanted to share this story because it happens all the time, right? We get into a place of trauma, or just our emotions are too big to be kept inside. Maybe we've tried to push them down for a long time, and they start coming out because our body is not meant to hold those emotions deep inside. And yet the messages we're given in society are sort of, they go against that. We're really encouraged to be, keep that stuff inside. So anyhow, in this scenario, this woman became an oversharer because she had all these emotions that were bubbling out and she needed to share them. And so, I just invite you to think about your life and whether you might ever be that oversharer, whether you might find yourself experiencing a bubbling up of emotions. And it doesn't have to be quite as severe as that particular scenario, but where you find yourself telling strangers things that really the people close to you should be hearing. Maybe your friends, maybe your family. And if you don't have that support network, then there are lots of helplines that are good in crisis. And of course, there's lots of professional help out there. So I just want you to consider where in your life you might be oversharing, if that's something that's happening to you. And I just want to be clear before I finish that oversharing is not the same as vulnerability, right? Being vulnerable in life and trying to walk around with an open heart is a good thing, right? It's good to build connections, but there is that slow build, and then there's that vomiting up of stuff, right? And that's sort of the difference. So thanks for joining me, and if you have any questions, I'd love to answer them over on my page, Anita Kaiser Wellness. And of course, if you don't know me, I work with people who, I work with women who were bullied as kids and are finding that being bullied is still affecting them. And yeah, so if you want to hear more, come on over, chat with me. I'd love to connect. Have a beautiful day. Thanks so much.